Imagine the scene. Our father, at 82 years old, decides to rebuild his life and find happiness again. Instead of joy, a sudden absolute panic sets in among his adult children. What is really behind this explosive reaction? Is it a genuine fear that their elderly father is being taken advantage of? Or is it the dark, creeping shadow of a meticulous plan to disinherit them? The truth behind this late-in-life union might be far more complex and painful than a simple worry over who gets the house and the bank accounts. What happens when genuine, daily care comes from the place you least expect, and the family, the very people who should have been present, have been ghosts for years? Welcome back! Today, we are going to dive into a story that challenges everything we assume about family loyalty, inheritance, and the invisible pain of growing old alone. At 82, Arthur was a patriarch who had spent his entire life providing. By all societal standards, a man of his age and standing should be spending his twilight years surrounded by the warmth, laughter, and constant attention of his children and grandchildren. Instead, he made a decision that sent shockwaves through his family tree. He decided to get married. But the shock did not come from the act of marriage itself. It came from the bride. Arthur did not marry a wealthy widow from his country club, or an old flame from his youth. He married Maria, the woman who had been hired 3 years prior as his full-time caregiver. For years, the family had viewed Maria as nothing more than a service provider, a background character whose only purpose was to dispense medication, prepare soft meals, and keep the house quiet. Suddenly, this invisible worker was wearing a gold band on her left hand. A union that, in a healthy family, might be a cause for celebration, or at least a heartfelt conversation, instantly turned into a vicious battlefield. The central question echoed through every angry phone call between his children. Was this a story of unexpected, late-stage love, or a calculated, cold-blooded financial interest? The reaction of Arthur's 3 adult children was immediate and ruthless. A generalized panic took over the family group chats and emergency meetings. Their primary glaring concern was not whether their father was happy, or if his health was stable, or if he finally had someone to hold his hand during the lonely evenings. According to the legal notices, they immediately started drafting. Their only focus was the terrifying prospect of disinheritance. They hired lawyers, they threatened competency hearings, and they accused Maria of manipulating a vulnerable old man. The entire narrative was entirely focused on the preservation of their future wealth. This aggressive defensive posture raises an incredibly uncomfortable question that many families refuse to look at in the mirror. What truly matters to these children? Is it the emotional well-being and daily comfort of their elderly father? Or is it the ironclad guarantee of a hefty inheritance? Their outrage was loud, But it sounded a lot less like grief over a lost father and a lot more like anger over a stolen wallet. But every story has two sides, and the truth, as it often does, took an unexpected and highly revealing turn. When the children finally cornered Arthur and Maria in the living room they had not stepped foot in for over a decade, Maria did not cower. The caregiver, now the legal wife, calmly brought an incredibly inconvenient truth to the surface. She looked at these angry, well-dressed strangers and pointed out a devastating fact. None of them had maintained any meaningful contact with their father for years. There were no Sunday dinners. There were no spontaneous weekend visits. There were barely even phone calls on his birthday, usually just a rushed text message or a generic card sent by a secretary. During those long, agonizing years of Arthur's declining mobility and crushing isolation, she, and only she, was his constant companion. She was the one who listened to his stories about the past. She was the one who held him when he cried out in pain during the night. She was the one who noticed when he was depressed and needed a walk in the sun.
All right.
This revelation exposed a deeply ingrained pattern of abandonment that had remained conveniently hidden in the shadows while the children lived their busy, successful lives. It completely changed the perspective on the so-called perfect crime they feared Maria had committed. What the children vehemently labeled as a perfect plan to disinherit them was, in reality, the direct and natural consequence of their own prolonged abandonment. They left a void, and someone else filled it with compassion. The true treasure in this story is not the real estate portfolio, the stock options, or the antique furniture. The treasure was presence. The treasure was daily care. The profound betrayal that the children felt was not actually a betrayal by their father. It was the painful, undeniable revelation of their own absence. The climax of this family tragedy is the harsh realization that while the heirs were losing their minds over the fear of losing material possessions, the father had already lost the company and affection of his own family a very long time ago. He had mourned the loss of his children while they were still alive. The union with his caregiver was not a predatory scam. It was a desperate human search for dignity, warmth, and affection in the final chapter of his life. It served as a mirror, reflecting the ugly negligence of the people who should have been the closest to him. This is the hard, unfiltered truth that forces greed to stand face to face with the reality of caregiving. You cannot abandon a garden for years and then show up demanding the harvest. This story forces us to stop and reflect on our own lives and our own families. What do we truly value when it comes to the old age of our parents? Is it the legacy they will leave behind in a bank account? Or the legacy of love and time we share with them while they are still breathing? I want to hear your honest opinion on this. Drop a comment below and let us know where you stand. Does genuine love and daily company hold more value than any inheritance? Have you ever seen a family fight over money while completely ignoring the person who built it? Share your thoughts. And do not forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message.